Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to talk about and demonstrate how to make your scales sound musical. So first of all, why do we play scales on the violin and why are they given so much importance in lessons and practice? They're not just something that you have to learn for exams or that your teacher makes you play or that you think might be helpful. When you play them with curiosity, you can really make them something that helps you to develop your technique on the violin, really have a deep understanding of the violin fingerboard, really be able to use your bow expressively as well and consistently, and also develop a really deep understanding of all the different keys that you will need to play with on the violin and as you play more and more different types of music. So when you're first starting out with scales, it's really helpful to think about trying to play them musically, and then that musicality can then transfer into your pieces. If you can play a scale really musically, that's going to be really helpful for playing other things musically too. So let's start with just a simple D major scale. I'm going to play it first of all with very little expression. I'm just going to play a 1-octave scale with similar bow length. So I tried to play at a similar speed all the way through, so an underlying pulse. I was also trying to play with good intonation and a similar bow length. Now when we want to play our scales musically, we then need to think about where are the high points and the low points. So starting to think about what we call a musical phrase. And it's a bit like a musical sentence with a beginning, a middle and an end. And also it's trying to say something. If we were to speak with absolutely no intonation in our voices, it's actually harder to understand. So it's applying that to your music as well, remembering that if you add expression to it, you're really communicating what you want to say. And every sound that you make on your violin can have an intention of what you're trying to say, even just one note or one scale. So this time I'm going to play the D major scale, but with some expression, and hopefully you'll hear the difference. So to add the expression, I was really using my bow and a little bit of left hand as well. So I started with a short bow length and not too much weight on the bow stick, so it was a quieter dynamic. As I went up the scale, I added a crescendo, or getting louder. The top note, the top D on the scale, was the high point of the phrase, and I added a little bit of vibrato, and that's something that you can do if you're learning vibrato. Then I came down, and again I got quieter as I came down the scale, and the last note being the quietest note, and I just held myself at the end to give that sense of an ending to the scale as well. Now you can apply this to any of your scales, however many octaves you're playing, and however difficult the key is. So I'm going to play a different one now. I'm going to play A flat major and 2 octaves this time with some slurred bowing, and hopefully you'll hear that expression. You really have to take care of your tone a lot more when you're playing more difficult scales. So really making sure that you're looking after your bow just as much as your left hand is so helpful when you're playing more complex keys. Here we go. So hopefully you could hear that little bit of expression that was putting in. So again, making your scales sound musical is a really helpful way of developing your technique. You can even add in different rhythms to your scales, different lengths, you can add different speeds, and all the time just trying to make that difference in how they sound. So they're not robotic, they're not just something you're ticking off your list, they can be something that's really helpful in your practice as well. starting any practice session with some long, slow notes, just a 1-octave scale, using the whole bow, with really thinking about your tone, is a really helpful way to start when you're starting out playing for the day. So I hope you found this video helpful, and please subscribe to my channel.